Back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Kings and Tim.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back from the break, here to bring you all of the latest news about technology. And currently, the topic of conversation right now is TikTok and how they are implementing AR into their industry. So, back from the break, ladies and gentlemen, going into the conversation of TikTok and how they're able to implement, their augmented reality into their whole stasis, should I say. They have really taken great strides in terms of where they were last year and where they're coming up to now. Like they have really proven themselves
Yeah, they've really shown as to how they can, push out a ton of content, grow a large audience in such a short time, and utilize that, right, to their growth. Now, making TikTok a channel that can actually always, work around, the new ways to bring. They talk about how they can always use new ways to bring people onto their channel. So TikTok is always looking at growing. I mean, this is still a young company, but they still have that drive, regardless of how fast they've come to where they are. So it's superb. I mean, I think it's superb, as to how far they can actually go. And with this drive, I think that the management team. I mean, I'd personally love to work in a company like TikTok as well, and then just see what the whole vibe is like, and what the growth is like, and grow it from there. So yeah, I mean, what's your take now when we talk about always thinking about new ways to bring value, enrich the TikTok experience. Currently how they're experimenting ways in how they can give creators additional tools to bring their creative ideas to life on the TikTok community. So I mean, we know that if you are a TikTok user, you're going to know that trending audios will actually give you organic views. If you are also creating, I mean, what a lot of people do is, there's a ton of creativity getting packed into the whole conversation, right? So what I'd say majority of people do is, they imitate what other people do. But it's also fun. It's also, you get so much more organic reach when you create your own stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's you have this For You page, and you have the page that it's like the news feed. It's like your news feed. So you can first see the people that you're content of the people that you're only following, and also the For You page is something like the explore feed on Instagram, or like you get on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. So
they want to enrich the creativity and complement all on the platform. So I mean, this is the approach that they're saying they'll take. But I mean, it's a long shot.
Indeed, it is a very, very long shot. One thing I would actually like to say about TikTok as well is, even speaking on how they come to pass these ideas through in terms of processing all of these new ideas, processing all of their new features for their app. To me, I feel like the way in which that they have their creative process whenever it comes down to working around TikTok, it's like, you may have just loads of ideas plastered against one wall. People are throwing ideas back at each other and bouncing around. I feel as though everyone's just being able to, it's like a tennis match. It's like a tennis game. One idea goes one way, then someone returns another one, then it just gets returned until it lands at one specific spot. And that's where everybody chooses to agree. So I feel as though with what TikTok has done in the past year, almost 2 years now, has really, really been incredible. They've had such a huge amount of growth. And one thing that they have definitely displayed as a company is that they have shown what it means to be able to adapt very, very fast. Like, they've shown what it means to be able to survive, because they started off small. They started off very small, and they've shown what it means to be able to adapt and overcome. So now they've become the giants within the social media, the social media game, should I say, the social media world.
Yeah, I mean, they are one of the giants, no joke. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there.
Indeed, and it's beautiful, because now that they've got that type of giant status with them, they are able to influence other companies to be able to grow with them, if you understand what I mean. so they can grow with them and also be able to get some services from them provided for
it's
them.
a whole shift of the industry, right? So, you know, if you look at it, before TikTok, there was primarily pictures on Instagram. I mean, there were videos, don't get me wrong, but there were a lot of pictures as well. But now the fact that Instagram has added on Reels, this is primarily video. So we know that, you know, if you use TikTok, that you engage with video better, and you know how it takes up the whole of your screen. It might not be the same as, you know, 5 years ago or so, where, you know, the videos were on the YouTube format resolution, but now it's more concentrated around vertical and how you can, you know, how you can sync up, at least zoom into the whole screen, right?
And, you know, see all of these added features, it actually, you see how much it benefits just the user themselves. What they've done is just, you know, these are just basic functions.
Exactly.
Being able to zoom into videos, you know, things like that. These are just basic functions that have been added into the social media app, and it's managed to drag in so many more people to be able to use it. And it's crazy because it's like, as I say this, it seems so simple, but this is what's bringing them so many more people. As you know, the zooming in feature, just adding simple effects, things like that. These are all basic features of a social media.
These transitions are they make such a big difference, and it's not only the zoom ins or zoom out, or you get those shifts going on and stuff like that, right?
Exactly.
It's also to the beat, to the audios, right? So you get certain audio trends that they say to put on. I know this particular audio trend because I did it as well. You had put about 27 clips of maybe it can be traveling, it can be work, it can be something correlated, and you know, all you do is the app is basically a social media platform. It's a video editor as well, and it's all that with an amazing algorithm. So, you know, having all that with an integrated option of, you know, putting in so many clips together, selecting which part of the clips you have, you know, how long you want the clips to be, and having the option of just with the click of a button, man. Like all you say is, you know, sync audio with the clips, and it does all the work for you. Like, you know, this is a video editor's, you know, kind of dream for simplicity, because, you know, I am a creator myself, and I'd rather, you know, spend longer hours on the computer or the laptop, seated at the table doing this stuff. But if I'm on the phone, man, you know, the screen is relatively small, and, you know, putting a lot of work into that, it's a lot, right? But you know, I know you and I are, you know, super excited for the whole augmented reality story coming into this. I read about this couple that have actually started innovating the whole industry when it comes to AR and the service industry, because what they're doing is they're actually moving a lot of you know, visits into augmented reality work. So if it's, you know, when I talk about visits, let's say, for example, I am I'd say I'm an electrician at my house, and you are the developer, you are the company owner. It's similar to Uber, where you create the app, you give me the device, you give the customer the device as well, and what you do is you form a software where when they want a particular solution, let's say they have an issue with the electricity at home, they use the app, they connect to the headset, and they do everything, and then eventually I can instruct them to do what they have to do instead of me going all the way there and getting it done.
So just like when we were talking about in the previous show yesterday, when we were talking about how a man can control lifting crates from a crane from home. Look at that.
Exactly.
This is literally a demonstration of how far technology has come from, let's say, 15, 20 years ago till now. Technology has taken some huge strides just in general daily life, and now I feel like we have both expressed our excitement for this so much. I cannot wait to see how technology will be 10 years from now, and maybe 20 years as well.
I mean, it's a whole. I mean, just like, you and I, we are on this almost every day, and
Yeah.
we are as surprised as we were the last day, with some new conversation, right?
Yeah.
Imagine, coming in about a month later or a year later, just talking
Yeah.
about the same conversation. It's crazy because this industry is growing so fast.
Indeed. Yeah.
Just like that, people are paying higher amounts of money because the skill is required as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're a software developer, if you are studying it, if you want to study it, you can do so many courses online. It's free as well. I mean, just you can bump up your salary by a couple of tens of thousands of pounds.
Exactly. Literally just an extra 10, 20, and that could do you so many favors for just the life ahead.
Exactly.
And do you know the beautiful thing about seeing all of this technology really come to pass and seeing all of this really, the huge strides being taken within society for technology? The beautiful thing about it is how it's really influencing our daily lives. Like, we would have never thought 20 years ago that we'd have electric scooters and electric bikes, or that we'd have phones where we could be able to see each other from a camera, like messaging each other from halfway around the world. We never imagined that, and now here it is. And the thing is, there are so many things. I feel as though there are so many things that we are imagining right now in terms of technology. There are so many things that we are imagining right now that we possibly can't even believe that may end up happening 20 years later from now.
Exactly.
Like, we've already got Elon Musk, who's making a chip, a Neuralink, which is like almost like a microchip that can go into the brain, and then you can talk to people telepathically. And we would have never thought telepathic connection or telepathic communication could never exist, like speaking from one person to another without opening your mouth.
You've watched you watched MKBHD, right? MKBHD. This is the guy, the American dude that he basically does a lot of reviews. He's super cool. He's I mean, what I'm going to do is, he's interviewed Elon Musk, and he's been in he's been in a couple of interesting companies. He's done quite a few interviews as well. He actually did this whole conversation, the Tesla bot conversation, right? And how Tesla has announced how Tesla has launched the conversation around the fact that they want to create a Tesla bot similar to a robot. So what this guy is saying is that he doesn't see practicality with this Tesla bot, because machines are made to do a particular job and just that job. But if you have this chip like you just mentioned, and that chip basically controls another robot, you can just think and get it to do what you want it to do
without having to lift a finger.
That's crazy.
It is. Exactly. It is. Do you know what though? I'll be honest. See, things like that kind of scare me, because
that's so true, man.
Like, we always see those films about robots going to take over the world, or we always hear things about technology is going to remove humanity or something like that. Like, it always occurs to me thinking, you've got this chip in your brain and you can control this robot to be able to tell it to do things without having to say a word, without having to lift a finger. Now, say for example, that whole command, the command system gets overridden, and now it switches roles. So now the robot controls you.
Gosh.
It's such an amazing thing, but then it's also really scary at the same time.
It is.
Just imagine whoever it is that controls all of these chips, whoever controls all of these microchips that are put into people's brains to control these robots. One day he might just get into a bad mood and say, "Do you know what? I want to control the world." And now every single chip gets controlled by him or by every single robot within, said household. Now robots are the ones that dominate the human beings. It's pretty outlandish, but it's something to be afraid of. And
here's a fun fact, man. So there was this, I think it was Facebook. Comment in the video here and just let me know if I'm wrong, but I think it was something close to Facebook that actually created an artificial intelligence robot, or software, and it two softwares actually. So the goal was for people to see if they could communicate with each other, right?
Okay.
So what these softwares actually did was they eventually created their own language and started, conversing in that. And the people couldn't actually understand what was going on. You watched the whole of Avengers, right?
Of course, yeah.
It's something similar to how Ultron destroys Jarvis at that part, and where they create Ultron for a purpose, but then Ultron gets his own decision thought process, and he ruins Jarvis. It could have gone to that, but they had to shut the whole program down. So it is scary. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it as well. I think we'll have to actually wrap the show up right now as well. But we'll be back tomorrow. But here's something to do. If you want to, you can actually go check out Will Smith's Instagram. So he's actually shared in a very visual format about his opinion of this Tesla bot coming out is.
Really?
So yeah. I mean, you'll get it when you look at it. So I love this man. He's super creative and shit. So ladies and gentlemen, this is The Buzz.
Ladies and
DJ
gentlemen,
King
it is.
and Tim, every day of the week between two. Today was between 2 to 3, but 12 to 3 is the time. If you want to call us up, the numbers are below. It's 07852473473. And if you want to comment on these videos, let us know what you want to hear about. Make sure you drop in your questions, your suggestions. Correct us if we're wrong. But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, answer the question of whether you feel like robots will take over if we put chips in our brains. Let us know.
Exactly. Put your comment down below. Let us know if it, at the end of the day, who will end up being in control, people or robots. That's it.
Let us know.